Hi, I'm Joel Pearson. I've been at the K&ESR Sussex Railway since 2013, starting off as a signalman here and then very quickly progressing on to being the signalman training officer. Today is a very important day for the K&ESR Sussex Railway. This is our first day of our Santa special season, and that means we've got 5 passenger train departures from Tenterden with Santa on board and lots of presents and gifts. We're going to do a shift at Tenterden Town station later. There's a lot more going on, a lot more people, but we're going to enjoy the countryside here first at Wittersham Road. So stay with us today and find out what it's like to be a signalman at the K&ESR Sussex Railway.
This short programme will give you a quick look at what it's like to be a signalman on a typical day. We're a heritage railway that uses old equipment, but we follow the same rules as the mainline railway. The signalman's job is to make sure the trains run safely and that everyone working on or near the line, as well as visitors, are safe. It's a really fun and rewarding job, but it does need a lot of skill, and there are some challenges that aren't shown in the video. If you're interested in learning more about being a signalman, please get in touch with us through our website at K&ESR.org.uk.
So the first thing we're going to do is switch the box in. This involves using this yellow key. This is a vital safety piece of equipment that guarantees that there's no trains anywhere on this section. So we place the key into the instrument. That's the first stage. Because we're switching this box in, basically transforming the area from just being a single line where only one train can be in the area at any one time to allowing the box to use its full potential with the point work and the signals. Okay, so what we've just done, we've placed all the signals in both directions back to danger position. We will communicate with our signalman next door in the revolving direction to let them know that we are ready to open the signal box. This is communicated via a bell signal. Over the 12 or so years that I've been the training officer here, we've met people from all different backgrounds and walks of life, ranging from people who also work on the mainline railway and know already some of it to begin with, to people who come from completely different backgrounds and know nothing about trains, and you're literally teaching them what a stop signal looks like for the first time. And that's what really drew me into the role of the training officer and the KES generally. It's great to see the visitors enjoying themselves when they come for a day out on the railway. You've got people who used to remember steam railways when they were younger, to kids who have never been on a steam train before. And it's not just steam, of course, it's diesel as well. So it's great to see the railway in action, and it's a great family-like environment here to volunteer. Especially if you've done 12 or so years, you really get to know people, even though you might only see them twice a month or so on. The next stage in the process is to test the equipment works. And the process for testing equipment is another bell signal, and that signal is 16 bells, and you need the call attention bell signal first. So I've sent my 16 bells to Rolvenden. They would have taken one of these tokens out at their end, which enables them to test their equipment first. And once they've done that, they'll put the token back in, and they'll send me 16 bells back in just a moment. And after removing the key token from the instrument, that enables me to release and operate the signal for one go only. So I've reversed the lever from the frame, looked at the indicator, seen that the signal has been able to clear correctly, and as I can now test, it only gave me one go. If I now try that again, the system prevents me from doing so. So now we've opened the box here at Wittersham Road, we're now ready for our first train to be offered to us from the box in rear. In this case that's Rolvenden. And so it's now time to put the kettle on and have a cup of tea, I think. Myself, I like using public transport to get to and from the Kes wherever I can. I hate really having to drive. Starting and finishing at Tenterden, it can be a challenge. So I'm hoping with the extension to Robertsbridge, with the rail link there, it will bring in more visitors and make it a lot easier to get to. The first train is almost upon us, in which case then I'll go and operate the level crossing gates, close them to road traffic, and then clear the relevant signals for the train to pass through, in this case without stopping. So it's not booked to stop at Wittersham Road, on its way to Norvium and Lapland. The train has just left Norvium, so we now need to ask permission to send that train on to the next signal box along the line towards Tenterden. So to do that, there's another bell code, and we need to obtain one of these key tokens, of which there can only be one because that's what keeps the railway safe. We give that to the driver, and then it prevents no more trains being on that same section of line. First I need to wake up the signalman at the box in advance, so that's one beat. And the bell signal here for asking permission for this type of train is 4 bells. That's a non-stop passenger train. Got the token out of the instrument. I check now that the system has worked in the way that it's designed to work, and in doing so I will check that the indicator shows that I have one go on the last signal I control towards Rolvenden, which is now showing as a free. We call that a free indication. So I know that's worked correctly. I can now tell the signalman at the box in advance that's all worked correctly and set the instrument up as it should be by just one beat. And the process now is dealt with fully with the signalman in advance. The reason why we have to get a token out is actually asking a question to the signalman in advance. So before I ask that question, I'm checking it's safe for the train to travel towards Rolvenden, and then the signalman at the box at Rolvenden is also checking that it's safe for the train to approach. So we've got the token out, and that now allows us to clear the signals for the down train. Taking the key token out of the instrument, we need to deliver this to the train when the train passes through at speed. So it goes safely into the pouch here, and then you'll see me exchange that with the driver as the train passes through. We've got to give the driver this token so they can proceed on towards Rolvenden, and I'm going to be taking from them the token from Norvium to Wittersham. As the train passes, we check the train's complete, seeing the tail lamp at the back of the train. When we put signals back to danger here, we can check the equipment has done exactly what we wanted to do by one of 2 ways. We either can look out the window and see the signal's gone back to danger, and that's with the arm that you see there, the red arm with the white stripe in the horizontal position. Signal's out of sight of the window. We have a repeater which will then show me the needle's in the on position, which is confirming the signal is at danger. Very important that we check all this to ensure that the signals are doing exactly what we think they're doing. So if a train approaches that signal, the driver will stop at the signal. We've put the token back into the instrument, and we're going to tell Norvium, the box in rear of us, that the train has passed safely through the section, complete. And the bell, so for that is 2, pause 1. Okay, so here we are at Tenterden Town, to give it its full name. It's the headquarters of our railway as it stands at the moment. So what makes Tenterden much busier than, say, Wittersham? Because this is where all the trains start and will come back to. Every train that arrives here has to run round if they're local hauled, so that obviously creates a bit more work for the signalmen. We're going to be seeing trains arrive, have to run round and get ready to go back on their Santa special journey to Norvium. The other points of interest at Tenterden Box is that we are at the top of a steep gradient from the Rolvenden direction, which always provides a bit of a challenge for our steam engines, particularly those which are not so big. We've just had call attention from the box at Rolvenden. We're going to answer call attention. And Rolvenden has sent us 4 bells. That is the line clear for a non-stopping passenger train. Because the line was clear and safe to run on between Rolvenden up to just beyond my first signal at Tenterden, I was able to acknowledge the 4 bells, accept the train from Rolvenden. Train's on its way. Acknowledge the audible warning to let us know the train is coming up the hill. Let the platform people know and the people in the buffet that there's a train arriving. We'll go and work the level crossing gates, and once they've been done, we'll then clear the signals for the train to enter the station. Lovely. Gates are now locked. Start clearing the signals for the train to come up into the station. As I mentioned earlier, I've got to check when I operate the lever that the equipment has worked exactly what I want it to do. I can't see this home signal, which is positioned at the bottom of the gradient, but I do have an indicator here to tell me that the arm has done what it should have done, and that's raised 45 degrees into the air on that particular signal. So with the signals now off, I'll make my way down to the board crossing in order to collect the token from the crew, and that is the token from Rolvenden to Tenterden. Okay, so the train's coming to the station. I've put the signals back to danger behind the train. I've checked the train's arrived complete with a tail lamp, which tells me the whole of the train has arrived at Tenterden. None of it's left behind in the section from Rolvenden. I've released the gate, level crossing gate lever, so I can now go and open the gates to the road traffic. So in the future, I think it would be a good idea to have a box experience day and let people have the chance to come and spend the day in the box with the signalman and having a go for themselves. Come along, take part, you never know what you're going to do next. Come and help us grow, meet new people and help the railway develop further into the future.
If you're interested in joining a signal box tour, please leave a comment below. We will organise an event if there is sufficient interest.
Thank you very much for following me here in my role as a signalman at Tenterden Town and also earlier at Wittersham. If you like what you see, please come down, get involved, become a volunteer, learn some new skills, meet some new people, have a bit of fun. So come and join us here at the K&ESR Sussex Railway and you'll have a wonderful time.
Please contact us through our website at kesr.org.uk.